At this present time, people around the world are wanting to connect, and quite often to connect via live streaming. Whether you're live streaming on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, whatever it might be, the focus really is to bring a bunch of people together to have a conversation. And today, there's many ways to do that, but I'm going to show you the simplest way, the easiest way to get started, to bring in a bunch of people at once and have a conversation online and live stream it to the world. Stick around. G'day, Doug from Doug Hewson YouTube, and today we're looking at live streaming and bringing a bunch of people together to do that in this time where people are isolated, people are at home by themselves or with their families, where you can reach out, have a conversation and broadcast it to the world. And today the easiest, simplest way to do that is with a service called Streamyard. So I'm going to show you how to get started on Streamyard today. So to do that, we're going to head on over to the computer. First thing you want to do is to go to streamyard.com, but the simpler way is just to use the link in my description if you want to go check it out. It's a referral link, so if you sign up using my link, then it helps me out with my use of Streamyard as well. I get some free time on Streamyard. That's pretty good. But that being said, let's get into the nuts and bolts. You can see here we're on streamyard.com. We're here on the web page and we want to get started. There's a get started in the top right. There's a get started over here. So let's go for it. We're gonna punch in. I'm gonna punch in an address that I haven't used on StreamYard before, just so I can show you what it's like setting up from scratch. Here we go. First one is we're gonna put in whatever email you want it to connect with. It doesn't have to have anything to do with the service that you're streaming to. It's just what you're signing up with on StreamYard. You're going to need to be able to get an email to that email address, so it has to be accessible as with anything you sign up with these days. Click Get Started, and here we go. There's an email sent, and all I have to do to get started now, it's sent me a 6-digit code. So we're going to go find that 6-digit code in my email real quick. I'm going to copy and paste mine in right now just to get started. Welcome to Streamyard. When you load into Streamyard for the first time, you're going to get this screen here about adding destinations. These are the places that have current integrations. That's why they're listed, but you can use the custom RTMP option if you want to go to a streaming service that is not listed here. So as destinations, let's go through them. You can go to a Facebook page, group or profile, a LinkedIn page profile, noting with LinkedIn, you've got to be enabled for LinkedIn live streaming. You've got to get approved for that. So if you're already into LinkedIn and posting videos on there, you can apply for that. Everything else, you just need to have a live streaming enabled on whatever service that you're already going to, which is usually a simple process. Of course, YouTube and Periscope are on here. And we go down the bottom, we can also go to Twitch and to Restream. Now what Restream is a service that allows you to go to multiple destinations at once. If you're on the paid tiers of StreamYard, you can also go to a certain amount of platforms at the same time. Currently, I've streamed before myself to my YouTube channel and to my Twitch channel at the same time. I believe if you're on the basic package, it is about 2 that you can go to. And then if you're on the full pro package, then you can go to a fairly, I think it's about 5. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's at least 5. StreamYard will allow you to do that. So that's the first big plus of StreamYard. We haven't even got into the software yet. So I need to add a destination really, but I don't have to. I can skip that and go to Try Test Broadcast, which takes me to the broadcast window. You can see over here on the left, the 2 options is Destinations Broadcast. Destinations were where we were. We can add destinations. Once we're set up with destinations, they'll be listed here. When we go to broadcasts, this is where we can create a broadcast. Now, one of the other options of StreamYard is to record only. So I don't even have to have a destination to go to, but I can set up to record only. So I'm going to set up a dummy stream in a free account just to show you what this is like. So we're just going to call it test stream. Okay, create broadcast. Here it says you're entering the broadcast studio. Pro tip, up to 6 people can join your live stream at once. You can see we get this little window that tells me that I've got the mic working. It shows me what camera. If I want to change the camera, I can go into the settings here and pick the correct camera from the list. I only have my Logitech, so we're going with that. And the camera resolution, the maximum currently with Streamyard is 720. At some point in the future, they're going to be upgrading that to 1080p. Stick with that. 720 is plenty for what we're doing here. So you can set up some other options about making sure that your mic is correct. So I've got the correct mic set up, and also the speaker that I'm listening to, say that I'm wearing a set of headphones, whatever. And whether or not I want to disable audio processing, I wouldn't dabble with this too much. I would leave it on unless you know for sure 100% that everybody's got a professional mic and are wearing headphones and don't have any speakers on. Then you might be able to get away with disabling audio processing. And there's a green screen option. We're not going to use that in this thing, but yes, there's some green screen features in StreamYard as well. So let's just get back to the menu where we were here. Finally, we can see that it's going to come through that camera. I can set my display name, so whatever I want to call myself in the stream. My name is fine. We're going to now enter the broadcast studio. Here we go. When you get in, you're going to see a screen like this. Firstly, the big screen in front is your whatever's going live is going to be on there. You can see down the bottom here that I'm not part of the stream yet. Click to add your audio and video. All I have to do to add myself to the stream is just to click on me here, and you can see now I am here on the stream. Hello, everybody in YouTubeverse watching this video. We can bring extra people in. I don't have anybody on tap to bring in right now, but we'll show you some examples in some B-roll here right now. There are different, obviously, options. Once we have more people come in, they'll just be lined up in a row across here where we can actually bring them in. And as soon as we bring more people in, it'll put us into different modes. You can see here some examples here. We can go to a split screen mode, which is like cropped side to side, so we're sitting vertically next to each other. If I have two people in here, we can go 216 by 9 windows side by side with a little bit of background. We can go to an option where there's one big, me, the host big, and two small with the guests, or how many guests we got. And then obviously there's a screen sharing mode where we can screen share and have me on the same time, a bigger one, or just the full screen share by itself. As we add more people to the stream, then those options increase because we have a more complex setup where we're adding more people to the screen. Okay, what can we do with StreamYard? Now, what we need to do is go to the right-hand side. First of all, you see this big area here. We see a StreamYard window. This is where the chat comes in. So whatever services that you're streaming to via the API, the ones that are pre-set up in a StreamYard, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, etc. All the comments are going to show up in here, and then if we want to bring them up live, we can simply click on them like this, and the comment, this is the example comment of course, over here the icon of the person from the service, it'll have a little note here as to what service they're watching on, whether it's YouTube or Facebook. It'll have that logo there, has their name up here, and their comment is here. Now I can change the look of that comment in a couple of places we're going to look at in a sec, and I can take it off again just by clicking it away. Now the next thing over on the side here is comments. We've got banners. The comments disappear for a second, and we have some example banners here that we can use. Banners are basically just like a lot of info cards that go to the bottom, much like the comments, but without the person's picture on there. So we could have some of these are just the example ones, of course. This is an example banner. Click on a banner to show it on screen. So I can click it up the top there, turn it on and off. The banners summarize your talking points and display a call to action. An additional thing I can do here is add a banner. We can add as many of these as we like, pretty much within reason. 200 characters is the limit, but you can see there's also an option for a scroll across the bottom ticker. For a ticker to work, we've got to have a slightly decent message. Let me type something in. I'm going to click that and add banner. So now I've turned that banner that I've created. I could have just been a stationary one like the one we're looking at now. Let's turn that off. Now, this is what a ticker banner looks like. You can see that it's scrolling across the bottom like a ticket. I'll just keep scrolling and scrolling until I turn it off. Like that. And you can see my name moves out of the way or disappears depending on what type of banner I'm using. The next thing we want to look at down the side is brand. The brand is basically the colouring. You can see at the moment it's got the default sort of dark grey colouring, but I could pick any colour in the spectrum. Normally I'm on a sort of blue, something similar to that. That's actually pretty close to my blue actually. I hit that first time, you can see that's instantly changed all the branding colours on the stream there. I've also got, I can also go to a more minimal mode, which I think the minimal mode looks better for me. Personally, that's my personal opinion. So we've got 2 themes. They're probably going to add more themes in the future, but 2 themes. A logo, you can see at the top there, it says powered by Streamyard. That's in there by default. I can't turn that off because I'm in the free version. The free version, that stays there, that watermark stays there while you're streaming. And obviously in the free version, I don't have the option to customize or upload my own logo, but as soon as I go for any of the basic or the pro package, I can certainly upload that stuff as well. There's also things called overlays, which is like where you can overlay extra information, a bit like an overlay in OBS. Click on that and you can see we're live at Streamyard. It's a Streamyard live show. So you can make your own one of these and bring that in the overlay section. Let's turn that off. And there's also what's called a background. So if I just remove myself on screen, you can see there's a slight background there. Now you can upload, I believe, still images and GIFs or GIFs, but you can upload those things to the screen and it will actually be what you're looking at. So if you go like a couple of people side by side and there's a bit of border around it, you can actually have a customized background. When we jump over to my own account, which I've already got customized, you'll see how I'm using that a little bit better. There's also an option, if we go up to the top here, is multiple brands. So if you do like different shows with different colors and brandings, then you can actually have them set up with different things. So I do, 2 different shows. I do a show where most of my branding is a certain color and use certain elements. I can use that and put it all under one account. And then I can set up another brand, which will have a whole different set of images and overlays and backgrounds and logos and even a theme color that will actually help match whatever I'm doing in that other stream. So you can do that as well. Here you can rename and delete brands as well. Next thing here is a private chat. That is basically if you have a couple of people online, you can chat to those people with the private chat without it being in any of the public live stream chats. And finally, there's a settings category here, which is basically overall settings on your account plus a few other things. There's an option here in the general to shift videos up for comments and banners. So when you bring in a comment and banner, sometimes you can have it will go over top of people depending on what setup you've got for your people who are in the stream. Sometimes it'll move them smaller so everything can display, or you can turn that off and just have it just go across the top of the people in chat. So if you have like 6 people on stream, then the people in the bottom might get their faces covered up a bit by the text. That's why having the video shift up and shrink a bit as you bring up a text allows everybody to still be seen clearly. So that's a good addition there. Here you can just look again at your camera settings, which we looked at before, your audio settings, your green screen settings, and some guest options here. Guests see viewer comments. Do you want the guests to see the viewer comments? Generally you do. That's basically seeing the comments that are in the side as well, like you're seeing them as a host. You get the option to play a sound when guests enter. So when somebody comes into the green room at the bottom, down here where mine is now, you have them all lined up and you haven't brought them up to the program. If they come in, you can have it set to play a little chime so you know. The other option here is also the guest must authenticate. Basically, if you have that on, when you bring them in, they have to authenticate via YouTube or Facebook before they come in. So that's a security measure. Now, like if you share your stream link with people to invite them in, but you share it with the whole people who are watching, then you don't know who's going to come in because you basically publicly broadcast that stream. So an authentication system is probably a good idea to use. And if you put the invitation out there, I should say, this is probably a good thing to have enabled. And then that actually gives you an option that says there that if they muck out, you're actually able to kick them out of your stream. So my recommendation, if you're inviting people to your stream, just send the invites via DM or privately by email to people that you know that are trusted. Don't publicize it to the whole group of people watching. unless that's the type of stream you're going for. You know what I mean? Now, the most important thing which we haven't covered is how do you invite people to join your stream? Click on invite stream at the bottom like I just did, and what you get is this share guest link. So you can say this link is unique to the stream that you're setting up, or the stream that you're live on. You can send this out anytime during your stream or beforehand. So this is the link that you got to give them. Now they can open that link on any computer, Mac, PC, Android phone or iOS device, and join on those devices. So that's pretty cool. So you can have your guests coming in on their phone wherever they are. They don't need to have a whole studio set up like maybe you do as a host. They're able to come in and do this stuff. And it says here, you may also want to share instructions for guests. This is a little extra page we're going to, which tells them, if it's their first time in joining one of these things, tells them what they need to know and how to prepare to be part of the stream. Recommends that they use a laptop or a desktop, Chrome or Firefox if they're on those things. If they're coming in by Android, they recommend using the Chrome browser. On iOS, using Safari. Also above there, make sure they're wearing earphones or headphones. I highly recommend that. If you have a speaker going, I watched a stream last night that had 6 people on it. A couple of people had speakers going, they weren't wearing headphones, and so they had their speakers on so they could hear the conversation, and that was coming back through their microphone. So then that's how you get the echo effect. My recommendation, speakers off, headphones or earphones in, so that you can hear the conversation, and so your guests would do the same. I can simply take that link by copying it, or just click copy to clipboard. It's in my clipboard now. I might want to go and share that with someone. Probably a couple of things to note is right now, this is all in the preparation and setup. I haven't gone live. I haven't hit the record button. Now, up in the top right-hand side, you can see there is a record button there. Now, if I was set up to stream to a destination like YouTube or Facebook or somewhere, that would say go live or live, and you click on that. That would start up the stream and start sending what you're doing to Streamyard, turn everything on the Streamyard servers, and send it to whatever destination might be, YouTube, Facebook. It's all going to get sent out, and everything is happening basically all what's happening. This is a web browser. So my camera, my mic, and everything is getting sent to Streamyard. This is on Streamyard servers. So when somebody comes in, they're not coming back into your computer, chewing up bandwidth. They're just coming into the Streamyard server. They're matching it all up and giving you the option to control everything from the browser. So then I'll be able to talk to whoever my guest is. They'll be able to talk to me without any issues. Now, what's it look like when we've got this all set up? Well, let's jump on over to my actual real account instead of a blank account where I have the basic package. So I have access to features like streaming to 2 destinations at once, being able to bring in my background and my artwork and my branding. So let's check that out. Okay, now I'm back at the main screen here. I want to log in, so I'm just going to log in and put in my legit email address for my live stream, of course. Now it's going to send me, every time I need to log in, it's going to send me a 6-digit code to get going. All right, now I'm in my Doug Hewson YT account, so I already have some stuff going. So I'm going to go into the broadcast studio for my usual testing, but obviously it's going to have access to what I need. It's just loading up now. Here we go. As it brings me in, it's going to say, hey, here's your mic, here's your picture, your camera, is it all correct? Is your display name correct? Let's head on in. And you can see now instantly I've got a background. So I have this, my blue, which is my color of my channel, as you can tell by my shirt. We're here ready to go. I can bring myself in as usual. My name's not appearing there. Okay, we go to the banners section. You can see I've got folders set up for banners. I've got some of the example banners. This is sort of similar to that branding thing we were talking about, but this is in the banners area. It's just like banners so that you group however you like. So I've got a group of banners here that say some random stuff. I want to turn it into a scrolling banner, so I'm going to do that. So I can bring up, this stream is a Q&A hangout stream, so joining the fun. It's got my branding color there, my blue, which is the correct blue. All right, and we can have my ticker just going to continue along whilst I'm still bringing up other banners. That's pretty cool. Okay, we go to brand. Now you can see in the brand, this is going to be interesting because in the brand now I have, I'll put in a logo. It's just that logo. The logo always goes up in the top right, so keep that in mind if you're doing a logo. I'd probably run without it. You probably don't need that. But overlays, I've got a few things in overlays. You can see there is some of my overlays I like to use on my other live streams. So it's basically bringing in a transparent PNG file that is set up. You can do it at 1920 by 1080 or 1280 by 720, I think is the right dimensions, and that will perfectly fit the screen, so you can just do your lower third or whatever you want to use as an overlay. Overlay is going to go in front of everything. A background is going to go behind everything. Is a good thing to keep in mind. So I can actually change these out. I can put up my Twitter, I can put up my Instagram, I can put up my Facebook. Now, say I'm rolling an intro, I can maybe kill the stream. Actually, let's kill that. Okay, start with a banner. Let's turn this ticker off first of all. Go to branding. It's got my background to start. I can start my stream. I can go in. Let's roll an intro and roll an intro. And instantly, this is a real old intro and it's rolling in. Bit of a live stream there. While that's coming live, I can put myself up, and I put myself up just before it finished, and as soon as it disappeared, I'm here instead of the background. So that's pretty cool. That's a quick way to do a real simple intro. If you want to run an intro, keep it short as possible. And as you saw before, I have the background, which is the sort of close-up of, let's turn it off. It's a close-up of a microphone grill. Have you ever seen a microphone grill? That's what that is, a close-up microphone grill. It's a little bit in focus, everything goes out of focus, but okay. And I've got my blue channel color hue across that, and I made that for that purpose. Now I can put my names on by just checking show display names. Then when I bring myself up, my name's there. Simple as that. My name will appear, and then if I bring up an overlay, it just goes over top of it. You can see that goes over top of everything. So sometimes if I don't want that, I might have to make that disappear first. So I can do all that. You can see I've used the minimal option for the theme. So hopefully they'll add more themes soon to Streamyard. Streamyard, I highly recommend if you want to get a number of people together and also live stream to a service. I wouldn't necessarily use this just to communicate with people. You can use group FaceTimes for that. You can use Zoom for that. But if you want to add that live stream element because you're talking about something important like the current situation in the world, or you're talking about whatever your niche is in your creativity on your channel, on your Facebook group, on your Twitch channel, whatever it might be, then I think Streamyard is worth the look. So what you need to do is go down to the description, click the link to Streamyard. That'll help you find Streamyard first of all, and it helps me as it is a referral link and gives me access to Streamyard for a little bit longer free of charge. I believe those who use the link too get $10 off their first month if you go to a paid service. And the paid service is well worth it if you check out the details all on their website. So what do you think? Are you already a user of Streamyard and you're already what we call a Streamyard convert? Or have you never heard of Streamyard before and you're intrigued and want to try it out? Just drop a comment down below and let me know what you think of Streamyard. This is Doug from Doug Hewson YouTube, and I'll catch you later.
Subscribe to Doug Hewson YT for more tech for content creation.